going, Ding Dongs? Welcome back to Ding Dong Drift. If you don't know, this is my forged carbon shifter that I made to relocate the shifter on my CD009 swap. And today I'm going to be making it hopefully better. So let's head back to the garage and I'll explain what's going on and what I want to change. So as I was saying, this is my forged carbon, completely custom shifter relocation bracket that I made with 3D printed molds. So this is actually compressed carbon fiber. It is super strong, doesn't flex at all, and it's completely hollow on the inside. This is only 2 millimeters thick of carbon fiber, and it is rock solid. It does not flex at all. It's crazy actually how strong it is. And the reason I did it is because I have a CD009 swap, so the transmission sits way too far back because of the adapter plate. I will be addressing that with a better swap kit, but for now, shifter sits too far back, so I made this simple bracket. Two sides are constrained. There's a little ball pivot bearing in there. I don't know if you can see. There it is. Little pivot in there. And because the two are constrained, they don't twist or anything. But as you can see, the throw is pretty long. So let's see, from here to here. What is that, like 4 inches probably? So it's not horrible. Like, it's still just, like, you could just drive with the wrist. It's not bad at all. And then for reverse, I just push down on this guy and get into reverse. So it's not bad, but I'd like it to be better. So today I'll be installing a short shifter. Open up my cabinet of parts. I think it's in here. Oh, those are lights. Where did I put it? Huh. I don't know what that is. Nope, that's not it either. Guilford cams. No, that's not a short shifter. Where did I put it? Wastegate. Huh. I don't know where I put it. Is it on my desk? Oh, there it is. It's in my pile of garbage desk that I keep clean. There it is. So I went with a Torque Solutions short shifter kit. And it came with 0 instructions, so I have no idea how to put it together. But I think I'll be able to figure it out. The nice thing is that it has a ball bearing end and it still retains the lockout. And I think all I have to do, I'm gonna look online to figure out, because I don't know where this goes. This is just like a ring, and the original doesn't have that, and I'm guessing this is the lockout. I'm gonna go online, I'm gonna see if there's a manual, because I have no idea how to put this together. All right, so first we're gonna start with disassembling the shifter itself, which is just gonna be 1 bolt here, which will disconnect the linkage, and then I can just unscrew this off the original shifter, and then we'll pull the center console cover out, and we can get to the boot and the shifter bolts that are in there. So let's get started. There is the bolt that I have to get off. It's above the drive shaft and the fiberglass wrapped exhaust, so that's gonna be fun. But that's the 1 bolt I need to get out. I think it's just 1 bolt and not a nut and bolt. I think it's threaded on the other side. Let me get that out, and we'll go back upstairs and do the other side. All right, so the shifter is now disconnected from the transmission. You can see it's nice and loose. So now I just undo those 3 bolts, and we take the whole thing apart and put the new one in. So we're actually going to reuse this. This is going to sandwich the old or the new parts, and we're also going to reuse this part and this spring. So make sure you don't lose any of this stuff. So now I'm going to go take this off the old shifter and throw the new one on. There we go, new bushing thingy-majig. So if you guys remember I had the set screw, well, see the shifter has a flat spot. So that means the new shifter needs to have flat spot grounded in as well. So before I install it in the bushing, in case it gets hot, I'm gonna put a flat spot on this. And if we look, if we line up, by the way, look at the difference in throw on these. So if we line up the, and also length. So if we line up the lockouts, the flat spot is 90 degrees from the lockout. So I need to put a flat spot 90 degrees from the lockout. So I'm gonna do that right now. Doesn't have to be perfect, obviously, because the set screw, you know, has a little bit of wiggle room, so it will be fine. So I'm gonna put a flat spot on this right now. All right, got a nice flat spot ground on the shaft. So let's, I'm gonna put some lithium grease on this and try to get this installed in here, because this is pretty hard. I had to put this in the vise and hammer the old one out, so probably gonna have to do the same thing to put it back in. Sweet, so some silicone spray, one big whack with a big hammer, and it's in and it's moving around smoothly. It's actually moving around smoother than the old one, which is nice. Probably because I cleaned it up. Put some nice silicone spray in there. And you don't want to use grease or something because then it's going to gum up, because this is plastic. So if you have crap getting stuck in here because grease is sticky, if you have stuff getting stuck in here, it will wear away the plastic and this will become a loose fit. And you don't want that, so we want a tight fit. So let's throw this back in, and this is, I think, for reverse. See how there's a cutout in the foam? I think that's what that's for. So let's go put this back in the car. See how it fits. All right, so to install this, first, this billet aluminum spacer thingy goes down there. Then the original spring. Then the shifter, make sure you align it correctly with the lockout going to the right. So it lines up, get the spring inside of the little plastic thingy. And then you can just push it down, and then now we'll go this piece and then the original plate. So I'm gonna do that right now, and then I'll show you the finished product. Check out my shaft. So I got everything installed. Everything's just hand tight right now. You can see the reverse lockout still works. There we go, it's in reverse. So now I gotta go down underneath the car, connect this to the transmission, make sure we can get into every gear, which kind of looks like it might not be able to. I might have to cut this out a little, so we'll see what happens. And it's also looking really short. This is barely above the center console, so I might have to run no cover. We'll see how it looks. It's looking pretty low right now. All right, I got the whole shifter back together. Everything's tight. The bolt underneath is in. However, I noticed a small issue. When I go into reverse for the lockout, listen. When I go into the lockout, I hit the drive shaft. But once it's in reverse, it's not hitting the drive shaft. I checked. So, yeah, getting into reverse hits the drive shaft. But what can you do? You know, this is not meant for this car. The whole transmission's not meant for this car. The drive shaft is not original, so we're gonna have to do what we got. But holy crap, the throw and the notchiness is insane. This feels crazy. I need to get my shifter back on and see if it actually fits. So you might be wondering what this is doing here. Well, these threads are not correct. They are the threads are either too shallow or they're too wide, but I think they're too shallow because they look about the same size. So these are the ones I fixed, and these are the original ones. And since this is stainless steel, it is super difficult to fix these threads. So I'm only gonna go halfway, which is enough for, I actually lined up the amount of thread that I made with this lining up straight, because I can't get the jam nut on. So I'm gonna put the shifter on. It stops threading when it's straight. So now I can put the set screw in, tighten it or whatever, and hopefully this won't move. Because if it does, I'm gonna be pissed. So yeah, the company that makes this their dies are probably worn out and the threads aren't deep enough, because I could not get anything on here. I tried my shift knob, I tried the jam nut, which is M10 by 125. I tried another shift knob I have, which is M10 by 125, and none of them would fit. So that leads me to believe that their threads are incorrect. All right, got it all back together. Everything fits. It actually fits better than it used to because the throw is now shorter and this is no longer making contact. So this used to hit right here because the throw was so long. Now, the throw is so short that it doesn't even come close. Oh my God. This feels insane. It feels so freaking good. Oh my God. That's crazy. That is, it's like rock solid. And then my clunky reverse. So last thing to do is go test it out on the road. All right, well, my camera mic died, so basically first impressions, it is extremely notchy. It's actually a lot more difficult to get it into gear, but I mean, it's still smooth. It's still easy to get into gear. It just requires a lot more force, which hopefully won't put too much strain on my whole shifter mechanism. So hopefully that will be okay. And besides that, it feels incredible. It is super solid. There's no wiggle anywhere. It's just way better. The throw, as you can see, is much shorter. So it's gonna be a little bit to get used to. I did almost miss third gear and almost money shift to first. So it's gonna take some practicing to get used to the new shifter, but I think it'll be fine. All right, so we're back in the garage. Yeah, this was a great success. I'm really happy with this. It's super notchy. It's solid as hell. I'm actually liking it that there's no jam nut now. Like, remember the threads were kind of messed up, or I had to redo the threads, so I just did them just deep enough so that they, so this bottoms out on the threads. This is a bit of an issue, but I'm just gonna ignore it for now. Going in reverse, it's not an issue. Like actually driving, it doesn't touch it, but just putting it into gear, putting it into reverse does touch. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe when I do the new manual swap, after I have more power, maybe then I'll address it, do something about it, but right now, it's fine. That's gonna wrap up this video. Check out the merch, get a hat. Summer's here, get yourself a nice hat with the Ding Dong Drift logo on it. I'm gonna be designing some new shirts pretty soon, so make sure you keep an eye on the website and check out all the new products. If you wish to see these videos earlier, sometimes a day, sometimes a week, you can become a channel member, and I will be adding new perks as well once people start joining. If people wanna have discounts for product, or maybe even files I can upload for certain products that I'm working on. If you would like to support the channel, become a member. So what's next is that. I'm gonna show it from far away, so not to give it away, but that is the new sunroof. I completely redesigned it. And then there's that, and then you saw what's in the cabinet. So lots of big stuff coming. Next video will be the sunroof. I redesigned it again, so that's the third time now. And it is gonna be way better now. It's gonna be way, way better. No more issues at all, perfect fitment. So make sure you subscribe and you don't miss that. Leave a like if you liked the video. That's gonna be it, Ding Dongs. Thank you so much for watching. Stay sweet, peace out, and I'll see you guys next week.
America, America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your